Hi everyone, Sierra here from Art and Affirmations by Sierra. The other day I'd uploaded a video of the process of making these mark making pages, and I wanted to share a video today of how I use them in my art journal spreads. Making those marks on the pages in and of itself, like I was saying in the video, is such a meditative, calming process for me. And then taking those and creating a spread is that next stage in art journal making. And so I'm just gonna kind of let you come along with me as I create this spread in my art journal. This is a handmade journal. It's my what I've been calling my Create More journal. It's made from a um, empty box, and then I made signatures, 3 different signatures, and before I had stitched them in, I went to my sewing machine and added a bunch of stitching and threads and fun things to it. So I'm really enjoying working in this journal. If you guys are interested in seeing maybe a tutorial about making this type of journal, let me know in the comments if that's something that you would like. So I'm going to pop in and just intermittently kind of talk about my process and what I was thinking. So this first start is just getting some of those collage papers down. The pink paper is from a jelly print, and I wanted to bring in some of the pinks from the right hand side of the page, which was one of the signatures. I end up covering most of it, but I like those pops of pink. So this is that first collage paper down, and then the next step for me was creating a focal point. And I decided I wanted to make a leaf on one of the sides. And so I went off camera and just picked out a bunch of different papers from my stash, and I'm making little petals of the different papers to create a leaf. Before I went to putting the focal point down, I was looking at the page and decided, I needed to kind of push some of that black to the background. And so you'll see me just use my finger. I use my finger in my art a lot. And I'm just grabbing some white gesso and just putting it in various places, some heavier in places, heavier in, sorry, get my words, heavier in some places, lighter in others, but I'm just using it to kind of soften and push that some of it into the background. Here I'm just coming in with one of my ink sprays just to add a little bit of splatter to the page. Here I'm coming in with different pens and making marks, not thinking about where to put the marks as much as like just letting my hand take me to where it wants to go. Just intuitively marking the page. And I thought when I was looking at it, like it needed to kind of have some color pops, and so I grabbed my gold pen and highlighted the squares on both sides of the page. More mark making here, with the spray being kind of a turquoisey blue. I grabbed my turquoise just to bring some more balance in that color palette to the page, just to kind of blend it all together. I wanted those turquoise circles that I made with my Posca pen to pop a little bit more. So coming around those with just a black fine liner pen just to highlight those little circles that I made with the paint pen. I had first put those petals that I cut out on the left hand side, and I didn't really like the way it looked, so I moved them over to the right side. When I was putting the petals down on the page with the Mod Podge, it did react with the ink that I had sprayed on there and kind of created more of a blueness to it, which I call those happy little accidents, and I was fine with it. But I went to the left hand side of the page and just kind of smeared that side around too, just again to create kind of balance. I come in with a black Posca pen to outline those petals, those leaves that I put down, just to make those pop off the page, to create more of a focal point. So this spread came together in the course of 3 days actually. The first day I just did the background. The second day I came in and did the mark making and the focal point. And today I finished it up with my sentiment. And that is, sometimes I have all the block of time to do the whole project. Other times I just have little pieces that I do. I keep my art space in front and center in my island on my kitchen, so I can do that. That's what works for me and my family, because I'm busy. I get little moments of time here and there. So I had this thing that I had written down earlier in the week on a piece of paper. It was a piece of leftover coffee stained paper that I had made. I nourish my spiritual wholeness. And that was just speaking me today when I was trying to decide. I knew I wanted to put a sentiment on that left side. I just didn't know what it was at the time. And this is what it was. This is what called to me. I nourish my spiritual wholeness. So that's what went on the left hand side of the page, and I'm coming in, I'm just making those pop a little bit by outlining it with a sketchbook pencil. That's my finished spread, and I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for stopping by and watching. I hope that you find some inspiration to work in your own art journal or creative endeavors, and I will see you next time. Have a lovely day.